Mic check. 1 motherfucking 2. Hey y'all, it's your girl Bestie B. Welcome back. So I heard you trying to get hot as fuck. Well, I'm your girl. No, seriously, we've got like 45 days. By the time you guys see this, you will be at like the 45-day mark-ish, meaning you have like 6 weeks. That is plenty of time for those of you who were like, Bria, how are you going to tell us how to be hot when you look like a wet rat in a baggy t-shirt? You know what? I'm hot because I decided I was hot. That's the first step. Perfect segue into getting this conversation started. You're not hot if you don't think you're hot. Duh. Why would anyone else think you're hot if you don't even think it? Thinking you're hot is such an essential part to being hot. It's why so many people that look so different can be objectively hot in different ways. You know what I'm saying? We've all seen the debate between like, is Pete Davidson hot? Is Jeremy Allen, whatever his name is he hot? Because they're not society's standards of this hot guy. Because they don't look like a fucking Ken doll. But there's something about both of them that a lot of people can appreciate. And I think there's an inner acceptance in knowing that this is what the Lord gave you and you're cool with that. Sometimes that's not necessarily confidence though, but I also think that acceptance is a very essential part to just being a hot person, because you're not trying to do anything that's not natural to you. You know what you have and you're like, this is what it is. I'm gonna kind of like make an assumption here that I feel like Pete Davidson's hotness is more on that side. He's like, I'm a fucking goofy guy. I got big teeth. I'm good with that. And I think people can appreciate that he's just like not trying to be something. Well, he did change his teeth, but I am just saying he's good with what he has going on. Thank God he got out of that Kardashian circle, because he probably would look a little uncanny valley by now. Don't you think? It kind of rubs off. I don't know. And then there's like, you know, your Jeremy Allen White people who I think they are actually confident in themselves. Like, I'm just making an assumption here. It's hot. Sorry about it. Society's standards of hotness, fuck them. What do you think is attractive? But also, do you even like yourself? Why don't you like yourself? What is it? Because you have all of these little marketing campaigns and strategies being thrown in your face constantly to where you think that you're not the shit. That's a problem for me, okay? America has a very limited view of what beauty is. In some aspects, you know, as a Black woman, I see beauty on TV screens as like this curvaceous, you know, body yaddy yaddy, got a voluptuous butt. Like, you know, we all saw the BBL epidemic happen. It was horrifying. No shade if you got one, but holy shit, we really convinced women to go under the knife and inject fat into their butt, literally risking their lives. And then there's like the opposite, where there's like the skinny white girl who is just the face of every fashion brand. And it's just like such a small, limited view of what beauty is. But when you're in real life, how often do you see those things? Probably not often. And it's a good opportunity to realize that none of that shit is realistic. It's all just a marketing ploy to get you to feel insecure about yourself so that you can change, so that you can subscribe to the next diet plan that's going to make this company X amount of dollars, so that you can go under the knife and keep changing yourself, or so that you can continue to overconsume and shop for clothes that you don't need to fill this void and this insecurity that you aren't enough. It's a scam. Okay, so the first thing I need you to do is decide you're hot today. Now. I said so. Guys, I hate to break it to you, but we've all been lied to, and I'm over it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. They say that, right? Behold it. Behold the beauty that you have. Decide it today, right now. Stop letting people convince you otherwise. You're sitting over here insecure, and that's not hot. Hotness is an energy. Being hot as fuck is literally an energy wave. I need you to get on the energy wave. Like everything else we talk about here, everything exists on an energetic level. So when you embody the presence of someone that's hot, it emits. There are, of course, the minute little things that you can do to look hotter, like sit the fuck up straight and stop looking like a gargoyle. But that's duh. You're gonna present yourself a lot better if we can see more of you. If you're like, You know, I can't say anything. I'm basically giving myself scoliosis by the way that I sit at my computer all day. So like, who am I to talk? Absolutely nobody. But I'm being honest with you that like, there's stupid little things that you could do like that. Okay, but let's get into the deeper things about how to actually be fucking hot. And I just had to preface this with saying that it's an energetic thing. So I'm not going to spend a lot of this episode talking about your physical appearance because a majority of your hotness comes from within. It really does. Okay, are you ready? So I already gave you the first one. Okay, if you didn't decide that you're hot, go ahead and click out of this video. I know it might feel like a lie for some of you guys, but the lie, you'll make yourself believe it eventually, and I'll tell you how. But if you don't want to lie to yourself, this isn't the video for you. We're gonna lie to ourselves because it will eventually become truth. Bet. All right. Here's another thing you're gonna stop doing in order to be hot as fuck in the next 45 days. I'm gonna need you to stop seeking validation and approval for things that don't matter. What do I mean by that? You know, it's fine to get like advice on an outfit, like, you know, texting your friends like, hey, what do you think? These shoes or these shoes? Cool. But I'm saying like, okay, if you're wearing something and you genuinely feel good, you love that shit, it might be a little weird and a little wacky, and maybe a lot of people don't dress like that, but do you feel good? Stop asking people for their approval, their opinion, their validation. What I need you to do is start validating yourself. Be the oddball, be the weird one. I mean, just think of how boring it is to go through life doing what everyone else is doing. I'm tired of it. I'm burnt out. Are you guys burnt out on this yet? All these trends, the clean girl aesthetic, the mob wife aesthetic, you know, I'm tired of it. Why don't you just do whatever the fuck you want and stop being a sheeple? Wake up. Be yourself. Love yourself. There are just things you don't need validation on. There are just things you don't need approval on. You're allowed to wear whatever you want. You're allowed to do things that make you feel really good about yourself. I'm not saying like validation about other things. Obviously, don't go through life being an asshole. Be a good person. Be a kind person. And if you're checking those boxes, why do you need anybody to validate you? You don't. So moving forward, we are going to make decisions that we feel good about and that make us feel our best. That might mean people are going to be like, girl, what the fuck are you wearing? And you're going to be like, well, I'm actually wearing XYZ. Thanks for asking. And what the fuck are you wearing? Looking crusty. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Sorry, Scorpio came out a little bit there. Some people can't handle original ideas. Some people can't handle being an innovator. They can't handle being around that. It scares them. Because what that means is when you do something that's out of the box, you are going to get attention for that. You're going to get eyes on you. And you know how we've talked about how there's like a fear of being seen with certain people, and literally your fear of being seen will hold you back in life. It will stop you from going for things. It will literally stop and inhibit your success. It'll stop you from living a full, authentic life because you're afraid of when people look at you. When you're actually yourself, wearing the clothes you want, being more expressive, you are going to have eyes on you because there are so many people who can't do that. They have to go with the flow. They have to just be a part of what's normal. And it's fine to want to be accepted and to want to do what the status quo is. But when it inhibits and diminishes your personality and your just like everything that makes you you, I'm sorry, that's lame. I think it's lame. There were so many times in high school when I wanted to like wear something different, and I wish I could go back in time and just fucking do it. And I know that people would have made fun of me, but I would have liked it. I really stopped myself from experimenting with fashion at a young age. One, because like we didn't have a lot of money, but also because I was like, this is so not cool. This is not in. This is not the trend. So I told you guys, I was wearing Sperry's. I was wearing boat shoes in high school. I'm embarrassed because that's what everybody was doing. And when you're a teenager, you're really, really bad at it. But knowing what I know now, I just wish I had more confidence in myself to just be like, I'm not going to be the trend. I am the trend. And that's the vibe I need you to have moving forward is you don't need anybody's approval, but I need you to wear whatever the fuck you want to wear. Do whatever you want to do. Like this doesn't just go for clothes. It goes for makeup, hobbies, like how you carry yourself, things you're interested in, like anything. And do it with your full chest. Don't half-ass it. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. otherwise, own it. Double down on it. Rule number 3, don't have boogers in your nose. Okay, for the next 45 days, anything you do, if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. Why? Because hot people have things to do. Hot people don't have time to be wasting time. So if you don't want to do something, don't do it. If you don't want to go out and drink, don't just go out for the sake of going out. If it is a hell yes, go out, live your best life. But we have to stop doing stuff out of obligation. I think going back to the inner confidence and the self-assurance, part of that is like owning the things that you want to do and owning your time. When you're too caught up in people pleasing, you tend to devote your time to anything but yourself. And if you can't invest in yourself, baby, there's no chance of you being hot as fuck, okay? Because you're not giving yourself the love that it needs. You've got to carve out the time. For me, that looks like getting my ass up at 6 a.m. every single day and working out, because that's my time for myself. That's how I show myself love. And that's always going to be a hell yes for me. It just is, because I realize that when I don't invest in myself, so many other parts of my life kind of start to slip. So in terms of other things, sometimes I have to say no, because that is such a non-negotiable in my life. So if I, get invited out somewhere, I'm really going to sound like a loser here, but if the activities aren't starting till 8 and I know my morning workouts at 6 a.m., I'm saying no. But there are other ways to fill your cup socially while still honoring your time, honoring the things you need to do for yourself. You can't just decide to do things half-assed. You can't just say yes to things and waste your time. The bottom line is that you cannot waste your time. You need to be in hell yes mode for the next 45 days. One, that's going to give you so much energy so that you can do things that you actually like. And when you're doing things you like and having fun, or maybe you're just doing more things for yourself, you're automatically going to be hotter, because you're giving more attention and time to yourself. There's no way that's going to go wasted. Last year, I really changed up my diet. I started eating a lot more whole foods. I hate to say it, but I was a processed food princess. It's really not my fault. I'm not shading how I grew up at all, but I grew up on ramen noodles. Shout out ramen noodles. Still love them. It's like my comfort food today, because I was addicted to ramen noodles. I was called ramen noodle head for quite some time because my cheeks blew up at one point because of how much sodium I was consuming. I wasn't fat. I just had so much water in my face that I then got the name ramen noodle head. I really love processed food. I'm not even gonna lie. And it's not that I even think it's good. It's just there's something about it that's very comforting. It's also very convenient. I still like ramen noodles, I'm not gonna lie, but I just know how they're made and I know how the body digests it now, so I can't get myself to eat it often, but I do eat it sometimes. What I'm saying is, last year at the age of 29, I started to incorporate more whole foods for the first time in my life, really eating more fruits and vegetables. And I watched my skin change. I watched just my appearance really shift. And it wasn't I got any work done. It was just my body responded so well to cutting out a little bit of the processed food. I never gave up processed foods. I just started to eat more whole foods. In return, I didn't want as many processed foods. And then when my skin really started to glow. I didn't have as many breakouts. A lot of the lifestyle changes I made transformed my body on so many levels. I definitely wasn't as inflamed and puffy. I talk about when your body is working so hard to break down all that processed food, it's just how it's going to be. If you eat a lot of takeout, that food is made with inflammatory oils. You're going to look puffier. You're going to look more bloated. It's just cheaper ingredients, because you have to keep in mind that restaurants want to make a profit off of you. So you have to keep that in mind when you go out. There's nothing wrong with going out. You just have to be a little picky about how often you want to do stuff like that, especially when you want your body to reflect how you feel. When you're eating more whole foods and plants and just live things, your body will respond to that. You will have better digestion. You will literally glow. You're going to have a glare and you're going to feel better. You're going to be more energized. And all of those things are inevitably going to make you a more attractive, hotter person, because you're just functioning better. You are what you eat. So reflect on the things you've had in the last 48 hours. And if I asked you right now, what are you? Would you be a McDonald's drive-thru, or would you be like a green forest? What are you? Comment down below what you are based off of what you've eaten in the last 48 hours. And this isn't a judgy thing. It's just something that we can reflect on right now. Where are you? On a scale of 1 to 10, we'll say processed foods are like the 0 and 1 on the scale, and then whole foods are a 10. You know, are you eating more live foods or more processed foods? Where are you on the scale? Comment down below, let me know, and then let me know where you want to be. I'm going to say right now, based off the last 2 days, because it was the weekend, I'm at a 6. I would love to be at a 9. That would be my goal. I feel best when I'm at a 9, but it does take a lot of discipline and it takes a lot of planning. I know that about myself. So I got to get to work in these next 45 days. Okay. So basically cook at home. Cook at home. I want you to sit down 1 day a week before you go grocery shopping and plan your menu. When you can plan out things, you are more likely to follow it. If you just go to the grocery store on a vibe, you'll probably get shit that you don't really want or need. Plan out a menu. When you do that, you'll stick to what you have at home more often than not. When I just get groceries just to get groceries because I know I'm out of food, I don't really know what to do with the food because I'm just not creative in that way. Some people can make a meal out of nothing. I'm not that girl. But when I have a plan, it usually works out. I have to literally write down Monday, chicken tacos, Tuesday, turkey burgers with sweet potatoes. Like I have to write it out and then I just follow that and we're Gucci. This one's going to be a little corny, but I need you guys to subscribe to the bit. Okay. Every day when you brush your teeth, which should be twice a day. If not, let's add that to the list. Okay. Brush your teeth twice a day. Minimum, and scrape your tongue. Scrape your tongue. We are going to say 5 things we love about ourselves every morning and night when we brush our teeth. That might feel a little corny, especially if you're in the business of not liking yourself. Listen, I've been there. I have tried to affirm myself and convince myself that I liked myself when I was not there, okay? You'll get there though. Repetition is everything, and the words you say and the thoughts you think will create your reality. So if you are making a conscious effort to create the reality that you want, it's just a matter of time before it kicks in. That's why I don't joke about things. I never say I can't do something. I don't ever joke that I feel like ugly because I think those words hold too much power. Now, calling myself a wet rat isn't an insult to myself. I think it's funny and I think rats are cute. Have you seen Ratatouille? But I'm a hot rat. Basically, you can't actually call yourself ugly. That's just the rule. I'm making that a rule. Clap if you like rules. We are going to curate a hot as fuck playlist. I need you to go in whatever app you use to listen to music. I use Spotify, and I just recently created a playlist, and it's like nothing but pop princess music. Like I have Troye Sivan, I have Charlie XCX, Beyonce. Like it is full throttle pop shit. I'm also going to Troye Sivan in October. Oh my God, I could cry. Is anyone going to Troye Sivan? Are you going in Dallas? If you're going in Dallas, let me know. Oh my God, I might see you there. But I'm in my pop era, and I made a playlist called 1 trillion beats per minute. So it's all like like it has to be a vibe. If you guys want me to share the playlist, I will, but I don't know if you guys will like it because it's what I like. But I'll share it if you want it. I'll put it in the description. Comment down below if you want it. But it's literally like my get ready playlist right now. And because I have ADHD, like I don't need very many songs on it. I fixate on all those songs that I have on that playlist, and I'm just not sick of it at all. I've been listening to Troye Sivan's album since it came out, and I'm not sick of it. But I have been telling myself I have to slow down on it because I don't want to be sick of the album by the concert. I don't think that's possible, but anyways, if you have any pop songs that match the vibe on my playlist, please comment them because I definitely need more options on the playlist. I don't want to get burnt out. But yeah, we need a playlist that's going to make you feel hot. I don't need like songs that call me a big booty bitch. I don't need music that is sexual to feel hot. I need music that makes me want to move my body. That's what makes me feel hot. That's what makes me feel attractive. You know, it doesn't have to be so literal. You know what I'm saying? Like some of these songs are very sexualized these days. I ain't saying I'm a saint or everything, but I am saying that I just don't need people in my ear like doing that all day. I have a very low tolerance now for like, I don't know, profanity. Am I lame for that? I don't know. I just like, I used to really love a lot of rap music, and lately like it just feels so redundant and boring, and it's like about the same things. You know, it's about drugs, it's about sex. I feel like I'm really sounding like a boomer right now about it, but even like some of the beats and everything, it's just like maybe I'm not listening to the right rap music, but I'm tired of talking about sex. I'm tired of talking about butts. I'm tired of talking about these things. Can we talk about something else now? I'm bored. Something that really helps me to keep myself and get myself excited to, you know, be in the best shape or be in the best mindset is planning things that I can look forward to down the road. So for example, I have Troye Sivan coming up. I can't wait. I am imagining myself just being a floating goddess. I might be the only straight woman in the audience, but I'm just like, I picture just like the best night of my life. Maybe I'll wear a crop top. Maybe I'll have my belly out. I might oil myself up. I'm going to be in a room full of gorgeous gay men. I have to come correct. That's motivation for me. Being in a room with a lot of gay men is my motivation to fucking slay. I had my bachelorette party in Palm Springs, right? Because if you don't know, it's like the mecca for gay men. There's so many gay men out there, and it's just like such a vibe. Literally, I felt like a princess. I don't know how many times I said princess this episode, but it was the best because they were all complimenting me and they were like, you look so fucking hot, but like they didn't want to bone me. It was great. It was just a safe place. If you're getting married and you want to know where to have a bachelorette, I cannot recommend Palm Springs enough. You can wear literally crotchless pants and you'll be okay. Nobody's gonna want you. You're safe. Do it there. But yeah, get something planned this summer that's gonna get you hype, something that's gonna make you want to, you know, stay healthy and stay energized. A little motivation. Maybe it's a trip. I don't know. You figure that out. Maybe it's a concert, an experience, or just something that gets you excited. It's good to have something to look forward to. You know, I feel like that's just a healthy thing to do. We have to start moving, guys. Listen, I'm not being mean when I say this, but you can't be hot as fuck and sit down all day. Do you know why? Because you literally need to circulate your blood. On a scientific level, we need to get our steps in. If you can get like 5 to 8K a day, it's good. It's solid. My trainer told me that. 10,000, it's great too. That was kind of a thing that started, I believe it was in China. There was the pedometer got released, you know, that little gadget gizmo that you hook on your pants and it counts your steps. So they made kind of like a marketable number of how many steps you should get. 10,000 was a really good number. Yes, it's great for you, but it was just a marketable number at the time. So if you don't get 10,000, don't hurt yourself. You're still doing great if you're not sitting all day. 5,000 is fairly doable for most people. It's walking your dog a few times a day. It might take you 30 minutes to an hour, 5,000 steps. And if you just organically walk around after that, you'll probably be at 8,000 by the end of the day. Don't sweat it. Don't make it a big deal. If that is something that you can do, just find ways to get more steps in. Like I like to park a little further when I go places. Like if I go to Target, I'll park way in the back just for the hell of it to get more steps. If there are stairs, I'll take them. I'm cool with that. If I can take a longer route somewhere, sometimes I'll just do it just to get the steps in. It's really not something you need to overthink. Get creative in how you can get those steps in. Maybe you get a walking pad. Shout out walking pad girlies. I'm a walking pad girly. Why? Because I love to do my work and multitask. With the ADHD, it just kind of helps me focus. I don't know. And then you know what we're going to do? We're going to go outside and get some sunlight. I want you to see the sun. The sun is so powerful and so slept on. You know, you guys wanted to hype up the eclipse. You guys wanted to be all like rah rah when the moon blocked the sun for a second because that was cool. But like, do y'all really realize how lit the sun is? Like, no pun intended. The sun is literally powering the ecosystem, the plants that you eat. It is a source of life. If you think about it, it's a source of life. What if you just go bask in that like every morning for like 5 minutes? It's going to be great for your cortisol levels to see the sun first thing in the morning. Let the sun hit your skin. Wear sunscreen. But I'm just saying, getting outside and getting sunlight is so good for you. Vitamin D. You get a little color on your skin, a little glare. What is there not to love about the sun, it's gonna make you look healthier. Like, I don't know about you, but when I go to the beach, I'm feeling myself. Like, there's something about that sandy hair and like the sun-kissed glare. Like, the skin looks so good. Do it responsibly though. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make you look healthy because the sun is great. We're gonna be hot in 45 days. Go ahead and take a photo. Take a photo right now of how you are looking. You don't have to take a photo every single day, but just do a before and after, or maybe you want to do one weekly. I don't know, that's up to you. But I'm telling you, progress photos really help because you see yourself every day. You're just not gonna notice the changes. But I'm telling you, the changes will occur. If you're doing all of these things, especially if you do some of these things, you're going to see changes. And I can't wait for you to tell me I was right. Should we make this a challenge? Wait, should we start a hashtag? Okay, what hashtag should we do, guys? Hashtag hot AF. Yeah, okay. Hashtag hot AF it is. Okay, so if you're doing the hot AF challenge, I want to see. Tag me on Instagram. What are you doing? What's for dinner? Let me see those groceries. When you're going on your hot girl walk, let me see. If you're walking on your walking pad, let me see. Let me hype you up. Let me hype you up some. And then after 45 days, let me see them transformations. Okay? You guys, you're beautiful regardless. But like I said, I want this video to help you feel as hot as you are, inside and out. It starts inside, and the little cherry on top is that you're actually going to be hot as fuck. I'm sorry. You are. So I warned ya. Be careful now. Don't get too hot. If you like this video, if it was helpful, give it a thumbs up. This podcast, the Because I Love You podcast, is available on Apple, Spotify, all the things. You can check this podcast out anywhere. Truly, I'm everywhere all at once. Comment down below. Let me know you're here. Let me know you're watching. I want to know that you guys are here. I talk to a camera all day. I'm selfishly asking you to say hello, because I just really want to know someone's there. But I hope this video was helpful, entertaining, and gets you a little excited to take care of yourself and really feel some positive changes. Let me know if these work out for you, and I'm gonna see you next week, okay?